general principle of differentiation. So the formula we are going to use will depend on the type of function we have. So the first one, if you have polynomial function, how do you know polynomial function? It takes this shape. Let's say as raised to power n, and every time will be like this. For example, if you have something like this, 7s raised to power, let's say 4, then plus 3s raised to power 3 minus 8s raised to power 2 plus, let's say, 5s minus 3. So this is polynomial. Reason, a term is separated from another term with plus or minus, and in every term, in every term there will be s, and the power of s will be decreasing. So this first one will give you s raised to power 4, s raised to power 3, so the thing will be decreasing. So you have this. So the formula for differentiating polynomial is what? So the formula is, differentiation means the y over the s, or you can say f prime s. So this and this are the same. Whether you write the y over the s or f prime s, it means differentiation. So the formula you are going to use will be this times this, the power times the coefficient, then the power minus 1. The power times the coefficient, the power minus 1, meaning 4 times 7 will give you what? 28. Say 28s. Now say 4 minus 1, it will give you 3. Plus 3 times 3 is what? 9. So you have 9s raised to power what? 2. So the next one will be, this time this is what? Minus 16s. You remove 1, it will give you 1. Then 1 is here. 1 times 5 is 5. Then 1 minus 1 is what? 0. So if you differentiate any constant, the answer will be what? 0. So number is constant. Any term without s is constant. So if you differentiate it, it will give you 0. So your answer will be the y over the s will give you, which is the same thing as s prime. So this is still the same thing as 1. So if they use y, you have the y over the s. If they use function of s, you have f prime s. Two of them mean differentiation. The answer will be 28s raised to power 3 plus 9s raised to power 2 minus 16s, then plus anything raised to power 0 is 1. So you now have 5 times 1. So the y over the s, which is f prime s, when you take only one, we give you 28s raised to power 3 plus 9s raised to power 2 minus 16s plus 5. That will give you your answer. So the general formula, the formula for differentiating polynomial is you differentiate term by term. So you differentiate it term by term, and every term must be like this. So if you have it, you must have s, have the power of s, have the quotient of s. So the y over the s will now be the power times coefficient an, then the power minus 1 m minus 1. So this is the general formula for differentiating polynomial function. So let's consider another function. So you are given two functions of s that multiply themselves. So you now say let the first function of S be U, let the second function of S be V. So the formula will now be U dV over the S, V du over the S. So example, if you are given that y is 7s raised to the power 2 plus 4, then times, let's say 5s raised to the power 3 plus 3. If you watch now, this, you have two functions of s multiplying themselves. So if they ask you to differentiate, because if y is there, then I say find the y over the s. So this is product. So since, and once you have two brackets multiplying themselves, it means it is product. So what you are going to do, if you want to solve it, you will say let u be whatever that is in the first bracket, 7s raised to the power this plus 4. Let v be whatever that is in the second bracket. Then the next thing you do, you will get, you now differentiate u with respect to s, meaning you get the u over the s. And if you watch it is now like a polynomial. So you now say 2 times 7, 14. You remove 1 here, it will give you 1. If you differentiate a constant, it will give you 0. Your answer will be 14s. Then the v over the s will give you what? 3 times 5 is what? 15. You remove 1 here, it will give you 2. It will give you 2. So using the y over the s will give you u dv over the s plus v du over the s. So any place you see u now, you put the value of u. Any place you see the v over the s, you put the value. So you now have 7s squared plus 4. Then our dv over the s is this now. You put it there. You have 15s squared. Then plus, what is our v? We have the value of v, which is 5s raised to the power 3 plus 3 into what again? Du over the s. So you have our du over the s is what? Is 14s. So the next one you will expand, you open the bracket. So the y over the s will be, how do you open the bracket? This one will multiply this, and how we multiply? Number will times number, s will times this. So you are going to say 15 times 7. What will it give you? 15 times 7. This is my rule. 15 times 7. 7 times 5 is what? 35. You write 5, carry 3. 7 times 1 is 7 plus 3, 10. So you write 105. Now this one times this, you write one of the bases, you add their powers. 2 plus 2 is 4. Then plus again, 15 times 4 is 60. You now write s raised to the power 2 plus this, we multiply this again. So you now say 14 times 5. 14 times 5. 14 times 5. 5 times 4 is 20. You write 0, carry 2. 5 times 1 is 5, plus 2 is what? 7. You have 70. So you have 70s. So 1 is here now. 1 plus 3 will give you 4. Then 14 times 3 will give you what? 14 times 3. 3 times 4 is 12. You write what? Is 12. You write 2. Carry 1. Then 3 times 1 times 3 is what? 3. Plus what? What did we carry? 12. You carry 1 now. So it will give you 42. So 14 times 3 is now 42s. So at this point now, you collect like tens. So you say collecting like tens. You collect like tens. You start with the highest power of s. So the 1 over the s will give us these and these are the same. You have 105 s raised to the power 4 plus 70 s raised to the power 4. So the next power of s is 2. 60 s raised to the power 2 plus 42s. So you now have that the 1 over the s will give you now add this and this. So when you now say 1, if you now say 105 plus 70. 5 plus 0 is 5. 0 plus 7 is 7. You bring down 1. So you now have 175 s raised to the power 4 because you are adding. Plus 60 s raised to the power 2 plus 42s. And that will give you your answer. Something in this case, form u over v. And the formula we are going to use to differentiate will be the y over the s will be equal to this v, the u over the s minus u the v over the s all over v squared. So this one, every time we have fraction, 2 functions of s divided. Example, if you are asked to find the y over the s if y is 4s raised to the power 3 plus 2 all over 3s raised to the power 2 plus 7s. The right solution. We now say let your u be the numerator 4s raised to the power 3 plus 2. Let your v be the denominator 3s squared plus 7s. So the next step will be u with respect to s. So it's going to give you this time. This will give us 12s raised to the power 2. With the quotient constant, it is 0. So the v over the s will give you this time. This is 6. 2 minus 1 is 1. So plus this one now, 1 is here. 1 times 7 is 7. So 1 minus 1 is 0. So it's going to give you 6s plus 7 times 1 because anything raised to the power 0 is 1. So your final answer will be 6s plus 7. Because 7 times 1 is 7. Then you can now write the y over the s will now be, you write this formula, v the u over the s minus u the v over the s all over v squared. What again? We now substitute. So you have that the y over the s will be, any place you see v, you write this one. So it's going to give us 3s squared plus 7s into the u over the s, which is 12s squared. Then minus the open bracket. What is our u? Our u is this. You have 4s raised to the power 3 plus 2 into the v over the s, which is this. You have 6s plus 7. all over. You write your v square. What is our v? See our v. So it's going to give us 3s square plus 7s all raised to power 2. Then the y over the s will be, you expand. This will times this. 12 times 3 is 36. You now write s, write one of the bases, add their powers. 2 plus 2 will give you 4. Plus 12 times 7. 12 times 7 is what? 12 times 7. 12 times 7 times. 4 times 2 is 14. You write for count 1. This time this is what? 7 plus 1, 8. To give you 8. So what do you write? You will now write. This time this is what? You now write minus. You open brackets. You expand this. 4 times 6 is what? 6 times 4 will give us 24. Then this one is here. This plus this will give you s raised to power 4. 6 times 2 is 12s. So I'm through with this. Now 7 will now multiply these 2. So you now have 7 times 4 is 28. 28 s raised to power 9. 7 times 2 is 14. Is 14. All over 3s squared plus 7s raised to power 2. So we now have the y over the s will give you 36s raised to power 4 plus 84s raised to power 3. This minus will change all the signs here. So this will change this to minus 24s raised to power 4. This will change this to minus 12s minus 28s raised to power 3 minus 14 all over 3s squared plus 7s all raised to power 2. So the next thing you do, you collect like this here. So you have 36s raised to power 4. So the next one will be minus 24s raised to power 4. The next one will be, you now go to s raised to power 3, the next power, plus 84s raised to power 3, minus 28s raised to power 3, not again, then minus 12s, minus 14, all over 3s squared plus 7s raised to power 2. So we now have that the y over the s will give us now 36 minus 24 will give us what? 36 minus 24. 6 minus 4 is 2. 3 minus 1, 1. 3 minus 2 is 1. So you have what? 12s raised to power 4. This and this again, you give the same subtraction. So you say 84 minus 28. 4 minus 8 cannot. You carry 1 into 14. 14 minus 8. So you say 84 minus 28 is what? You carry 1 here is 14.
Yeah.
14 minus 8 is 6. This one remains 7. 7 minus 2 is 5. So you have 5. So it means that these two will now give you plus 56 s raised to power 10. Then minus 12s minus 14 all over 3s squared plus 7s, and this will be the answer. How do you know function of function? So if y is function of s raised to power n, so anytime you have any function of s raised to power, so it is considered as function of a function. So the formula you use to differentiate is what we call chain rule. So you say using chain rule. So that chain rule says that the y over the s will now be what? The y over the u times the u over the s. Let's take example. If you are asked to find the y over the s of, let's say y is 7s raised to the power 3 plus 2s raised to the power 2 minus 5s plus 8 all raised to the power 4. So if you watch, this is function of s raised to power, so it is a function of function. So if you want to solve it, you use chain rule. So how do you apply that chain rule? You write solution. So the first thing you do is to say, let whatever that is inside the bracket be u. So I will say, let u be equal to this thing that is inside the bracket, which is 7s raised to the power 3 plus 2s raised to the power 2 minus 5s plus 8. So the next line will be, you now replace this whatever that is in bracket with u. So you are going to have y will be u raised to the power 4. So you replace this with u. So the next step, the y over the u. You get your dy over the u, meaning you differentiate y with respect to u. What does it mean? You go to a place where you have y is something that contains u. Differentiate that place. That is here. So if you differentiate it, will give you this time. This is what? 4. 4 minus 1 will give you 3. You will also differentiate u with respect to s. Go to a place where you have u is something that contains s, which is here. You differentiate that place. So you will differentiate to say 3 times 7, 21. S raised to the power 3 minus 1, 2. 2 times 2 is 4. S raised to the power 1 minus 1 is 1 times this is 5. If you remove 1, it will give you s raised to the power 0, which is 1. So you leave it like this, 10 plus 0. So the u over the s will be 21 s raised to the power 2 plus 4s minus 5. So you now write that chain rule. You will write that the y over the s, meaning you want to differentiate y with respect to s, we give you the u, okay, we give you the y over the u times the u over the s. You will now have that the y over the s will be, the y over the u will now be this, which is, and since you say you want to differentiate with respect to s, the only variable, I mean the only alphabet you get here will be s. So you don't want to see another alphabet that is not s. So, but if you write the y over the u, the y is 4. If you write u, it means you are not differentiating with respect to s again. So what do? You have a relationship where we have a relationship between u and s, and that is here. Your u is this in terms of s. So instead of writing u, you will now write the whole of this. You say 7s raised to the power 3 plus 2s raised to the power 2 minus 5s plus 8. Now raised to the power 3. Then times the u over the s is the whole of this. So times 21s raised to the power 2 plus 4s minus 5. So our final answer will be, the y over the s will now be, and remember, when the power of bracket is not 1, you cannot open it. So what you do here, you bring the bracket that has the power of 1 first. So you have 4, you write this one, 21s raised to the power 2 plus 4s minus 5, then into this one that its power is 3. You can't open that one unless you use Pascal's triangle method, that is binomial expansion. So you have to multiply into 3 places. So you have this plus this minus 5s plus 8 raised to the power 3. So this one will now, you expand this. This can open this bracket. You have that the y over the s will be 4 times 21 is 84 s raised to the power 2 plus 4 times 4 is 16. 16s. 4 times minus 5 is what? Minus 20. Into this one. Into whatever you have there. And that will be your answer.